Hey, Nick here for Polygon, and I'm joined today by Danielle Riando.
Hi.
Hi, a new member of the video team here at Polygon.
Yes, I'm thrilled to be doing video stuff.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Today we're taking a look at BOXBOY, which Nintendo just announced this morning is coming out in the United States.
Yes, so this is sort of a deceptively simple 2D puzzle platformer where you play as a little box person.
Yes.
And you sort of squat out boxes in order to manipulate and get through your environment.
And the levels, at least the ones we played, were pretty short. Like, we just finished one right there in 30 seconds.
Nice and easy.
Yeah,
So she sort of squats and produces a little box. They weren't sure on sort of exactly what verb to use or what's going on there with the box itself.
We were talking to some people at Nintendo Treehouse about, like, what are the localization challenges in a game like this? This was made by HAL Labs, who is mostly known for, like, Kirby and
games,
working on Smash Brothers and stuff like that. And actually, this character is not... The titular BOXBOY is not named BOXBOY. His name is QB, which is kind of like Kirby. It's also the name of a Madoka Magica character, but that's probably not why they called him that. And yeah, QB is the cubic version... I don't know. Probably, I don't think it's canonically connected to Kirby. I like this part. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
Little dangling legs there.
There goes Cubette, perhaps?
Cubette. Well, so that's, yeah. We'll get to that in a little bit, but there are different costumes and stuff you can unlock in this game. And this is an eShop only game. It's a digital only release.
For 3DS.
Yes. But yeah, so basically how it works, how would you describe this squatting mechanic?
So I would say you sort of squat out boxes, and you always have, you can see on the bottom there, sort of how many boxes you can sort of squat out at a time. And you need those to sort of create both protection for yourself, which you'll see later, and also platforms for you to actually jump on and sort of traverse the levels. So right here, it was squatting out of 3, and it's trying to teach you to squat out 3 in that particular formation, and it can be a little, interesting to start that out for the first time. You make a little tetronimo there, and there you go.
Yes. Inadvertent, license violation.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Whoops.
But yeah, you point out, you got that box limit, which is 4, and then underneath that is the remaining here. So see how I've got, a remaining number of boxes for the level, and what that actually means is, once you've used up all of them, and I think I'm about to do it here, the crown, which is the collectible in the game, will disappear. So you might have seen it just shattered right there.
No more crown for you.
No, so I gotta give up.
It's kind of like the game saying, I guess you could still beat it, but...
Yeah, you can beat it, but you didn't really beat it, which is obviously you're intended to go back and, try to do it in the bare minimum number of cubes. So here, actually, I took a look at some of the other side stuff here.
The rapper!
Yeah, the hippest...
That's the hippest costume to hop around in.
We're gonna bust out some rhymes to get the party started.
Oh, excellent.
So, of course, I'm going with the rapper. Oh, look at that. I like how he peeks over the shades.
Yeah, he does. It's really cute. And the music, so when I was playing this today, I did not hear the music and the sound effects. So we were, sort of on the floor with a whole bunch of stuff going on, and it's really cute and minimalistic, just like the visuals, which I really dug. I think it's great for this.
The black and, I guess not just black and white, because there are some grays in there, but the monochromatic visuals are so... It's such a complete commitment to the idea. You kind of have some red in the menu, so you know what you're selecting. The Miiverse icon.
Yeah, a little tiny bit of green there.
There's a little bit of green, but overall, the game itself is pretty much just black, white, and then, maybe splashes of red. So this is a little bit of World 2 stuff here, which is all about these sort of switches and sliders and stuff.
Classic Switch puzzles, only they're not classic.
No.
Because as you can see, once you kind of... I guess squat is the word.
Yep.
Once you kind of, squat out your boxes... you can't make another one, I know, right? You can't make another one until that one is gone.
Right.
So you have to sort of decide, well, you see this here as well, you kind of have to decide what the best possible placement is.
Right, because as soon as you make a new one, it'll vanish, and if it's on a switch or something, that switch is no longer being pressed, which factors into, I think, a puzzle, either this one or the one after it. Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, right here.
So now, to get up there, I have to create a box, which will destroy my old box, and then use that to hop up here.
So there's no going back now.
Yeah, you're watching me figure this out in real time.
Oh, that's good.
He's got a kind of a backwards sort of baseball sort of snapback there. It's quite a look.
It's really cute. This is only 2 pixels, but it's really, really cute.
I really think that my favorite touch here is the leg animation. You'll see more of it in a second, but just the bouncing, the jumping.
It's adorable.
Look at that.
It's so expressive with this, very simple little characters, but he's so happy. He's bouncing around. He's excited to be here.
It's kind of got a Steamboat Willie vibe.
It does. It absolutely does. You can practically see him whistling. Oh, I see. You were going for the crowns. I was
Yes.
going for the fastest completion when I was playing this.
So in poking around in the menus and stuff, I saw that there are a couple other modes. There is a time trial and a score attack mode that I didn't mess with because we had a pretty limited amount of time for the game. Look at him go, he's so psyched.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Perfect.
I got a perfect.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's see what else. Oh, here's another.
So you're saying there's time attack and
a score attack, which seems to be
awesome.
about like getting as many. They sort of scatter collectibles around the level for that score attack mode. And you kind of need to collect as many as you can in the time allotted. So yeah, here's another example of how using another box will speeds up you.
It's a really good example of, you know, simple mechanics that are, even already in World 2, we're seeing, you know, some iteration on them.
Yeah.
You know, on just simple switch puzzles, and now it actually becomes a little bit more complicated. And, you know, I think there are only like 3 buttons in this game. You're basically, you know, moving with the slide pad or the D-pad, and Y produces the boxes, and B is jump. Like, that's it, basically. But there's still so much going on. I remember this one.
This room got me stuck for so long.
I was totally stuck here for a minute,
I think I fast forward here just so people don't have to watch me struggle with this for forever.
Right here, yes.
I tried pretty much every shape, Tetris and otherwise, to get around. It was
available, yeah.
Well,
it's quite a bit difficult because your jump is pretty limited. So you think that would work just fine, but you have BOXBOY just has a little tiny little jump. So
I do eventually get this though.
Yeah.
You can see me trying. I'm learning kind of that you can kind of shove yourself up in the air with it.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, you can do all this stuff. One of the things I like the most about this, and again, we just had limited time. Yes, you did it. Is that absolute feeling of the eureka moment.
Yes.
When you finally get it, like right there, you're just like, oh my god, I got it.
Yeah. There's such a purity to this game.
Absolutely.
Like you pretty much immediately get the idea once you see it, and they, at least so far from the first 3 worlds we played, they really seem to be exploring everything you can with this very, very straightforward concept.
Yes.
Like I have kind of a theory that like puzzle games like this, you can kind of tell from the jump whether or not it's it has legs, right? I mean, this does literally have legs.
So cute little tiny
adorable
legs too.
Yeah. But no, like you can kind of once you play World 1, you're like, oh man, he just peeked out of his sunglasses.
Look at that, yeah.
There's a lot they could go. Like, there's a lot of places they could go from here. I just died.
I also love the death animation. You just turn into other tiny little boxes. Yes. It's like, oh, you're made of pixels. So yeah, all of World 3 is basically these sort of electrical current puzzles, where there are also switches thrown in and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But I just always think the best sign of great game design is something exactly like this, where they introduce something nice and easy, let you kind of get your hands wet, or your feet wet, rather, not your hands.
No hands, just legs.
You don't want to wet your hands while you're playing this game.
Right.
And then just sort of iterating, and then becoming this crazy gauntlet by the end. Which is always awesome.
All I can think about while playing this is, like, I want to know what the last 30 levels
It's going to get worse.
It has to. It has to become, like, what we expect it to. I mean, like, something I think Nintendo has actually really gotten good at in the past few years is making games where a new player, like a beginner or like a young kid, could just run through it straight to the end, but an advanced player can go through and try to get all the, like, new Super Mario World and Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario 3D Land were great examples of that, where, like, if you could just run straight to the end, but if you get obsessed with the collectibles, there's a lot more for you there.
Oh, yeah. And even the most recent Kirby games, not even the absolute most recent, but the last few years of Kirby games. Yeah, Triple Deluxe was like that, and even,
what was that Wii one?
Like Yarn.
Yes.
Kirby's Epic Yarn was even a little bit like that, where it was, kind of a cakewalk to just play it, but if you actually wanted all the little baubles and collectibles, it made it worth your while to actually kind of, bring a little bit of skill.
Yeah, and
basically.
I think, like, obviously the crowns in BOXBOY do a great job of that from what we've played, because, like, just running straight to the end of these levels would be, like, fun, but not super engaging, but when you have to simultaneously make sure you are minimizing your box usage and you have to think before you move, like, all of a sudden it becomes a much more challenging game.
Yes, yeah.
I think I left that crown behind. I gave up.
You did, I know. I thought you were gonna kind of, like, stop at the end of that platform on the right there and go back.
He's too cool. Look at those.
Leave no crown behind.
He has very, like, deal with it sunglasses.
Whoa, yeah, I love when he peeks. He's like, oh yeah, I'm too cool, but no, I actually need to see what's going on.
So yeah, they're the controls if anyone wants to see them in depth.
Freeze frame there and study that.
You can also use in-game currency to kind of unlock these books. I guess, which are another thing. But yeah, this is BOXBOY. It is coming soon. Just announced this morning for a Western release. Look for that on the Nintendo eShop on the 3DS. And yeah, we will talk to you later.
Super. Thank you.